Hello, good morning students. Please subscribe the channel, drop a like, share and comment. This is SSC Previous Year Dictations exercise number 23 on the speed of 100 words per minute. Start. Honorable Deputy Speaker, Sir, I would like to express my gratitude and thanks to all the honorable members for taking keen interest to participate in this discussion. I think we will continue to transact the business in the House in the same spirit in future also. Sir, the discussion was on the finance bill. As we all know, the finance bill contains the taxation proposals of the budget. I am happy to say that the honorable members have picked up issues which have a general bearing on the budget that has been presented. I would like to take a moment of your time in pointing out the basic philosophy which is behind the taxation proposals that we have enunciated in this year's budget. I believe that the budget has been widely welcomed by all sections of the House. If you look at the process that we adopt in our democracy about the preparation of the budget, then you will realize as to why it becomes essential for necessary for the finance minister to move amendments to the taxation proposals. I am referring to the mystery that surrounds the preparation of the budget in our system. In other democracies, to the best of my knowledge and belief, budget making is a very open exercise. The budget is openly discussed. The taxation proposals are discussed amongst the members of parliament and amongst various interest groups. The proposals are put before the people also and their response is invited. Then only the budget is finalized in a much more transparent and open manner. I take this opportunity to bring to your kind notice one basic fact about the budget. Every time the finance minister comes with his budget, invariably a point is raised by various members that the budget has been leaked. I do not want to talk about what has happened in the past. Let us forget the past. Past is past. Past is based on the events gone by. Let us talk of the present. I can assure you that those of us who make the budget have all the wisdom in the world. I am prepared to share the budget making exercise with the honorable members to make this exercise a more open one. There is one dilemma that the finance minister faces every time he makes a budget. On the one hand, the finance minister is expected to make available resources and allocation of money in a much larger measure, and on the other, there are demands that the tax rates should be brought down. It is always very difficult for any finance minister to make both ends meet in this kind of a situation where the pressures are both for reducing taxes and to raise the expenditure. I am not aware of any magic trick which a finance minister can adopt to make it possible. I think the time has come when we should apply our mind as a nation to the goings on the financial sector and the budget making exercise. As has been pointed out by various honorable members of this House, if you look at the fiscal deficit of the country as a whole, we have reached a double digit figure. It has really become a matter of serious concern to all of us. The time has come when we should all ponder over this fact, cutting across party lines. Sir, I would like to mention here that we have moved from being a shortage economy to being a surplus economy in agriculture. We are still trying to deal with the situation with the tools of the past. So far as the supply of essential commodities to common man is concerned, I would like to say that when production goes up, the prices come down. In order to make sure of proper supply of essential commodities to common man, we need cold storage facility. We are now laying more emphasis on improving the storage facilities. It is because we want the farmers to get adequate price, economic price for their produce. This can only happen when they can keep their produce properly. I have said in this budget that there will be no excise duty on the processing of fruits and vegetables. That is the encouragement that has been given to the processing of perishable agricultural produce. We are also paying special attention to watershed development. We are going to discuss these issues with all the state governments and try to arrive at a consensus. Sir, a question was raised about the Food for Work program. There are 5 drought affected states. They are Orissa, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat and Rajasthan. We have taken a decision about this. To begin with, we have decided to give each state government 1 lakh tons of wheat or rice free of cost. Many honorable members have raised the question of inflation. I would like to say that there was agreement with regard to the priorities which we have got to observe in solving the problem of inflation. If the increase in prices goes on in the same manner as it has been going on during the last 2 years, it would be the end of our planning and it would create many difficulties in the economy as a whole. Therefore, the government gives great importance to the problem of inflation. First of all, it should be tackled on the basis of a financial discipline. That financial discipline has to be observed in 3 sectors, if I may say so. The first is public consumption, where the central government, the state governments, and the various institutions which are attached to these governments are concerned. The second is private consumption, where commercial credit is utilized. The third is the black money sector. Unless we tackle all these three sectors, you will agree with me that we may not be able to achieve the desired results. In the end, I would commend the finance bill to the vote of the House.